Right, still 2025. Start with safety, our annual, or not our annual, our monthly webinar, which is also a live and in-person experience. So if you ever have an opportunity, we'd love to have you here at our facility in Sandy. We've been enjoying our time here in Sandy, Utah at 84070. So please join us every month for Start with Safety. I hope you all had a safe and delicious Thanksgiving. That sounded better when I wrote it down. But it was a move into December. I want to be the first one to wish everybody a safe and magical holiday season. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody has a Christmas miracle in December. Just little housekeeping. The Utah Safety Council will be closed December the 24th, the 25th, Christmas Eve and Christmas, and New Year's Day, January 1st, 2026. But from December 22nd to January 2nd, we'll have limited office coverage. So the doors will be locked, but we will be taking emails and phone calls. So before you come here for something, please call and email first, and we'll certainly respond and answer your calls and requests as they come in. So, but we'll be back in the office, raring to go full time January 5th, 2026. And we're excited for the new year. And we have a lot of great things planned and hopeful for new opportunities to, re-engage with many of our member companies. And so with that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. I'm going to invite Fabiana to the podium next. I messed up the whole thing. Here she goes. Whoa.
Hi everybody, my name is Fabiana and I'm here to give you some news about some event actually that's coming next week, which will work December the 12th. This will be placed in Wildflower Events venue in Sandy. So registrations are open. Please scan the QR code and we're gonna have free food. It's gonna be fun, and we have a winner for this event, so don't miss it. Next, we have some membership benefits. Some of the for all the members, please remember to take advantage of your benefits. A lot of members always ask about Streamery because it's very successful for their trainings. So please log in. If you don't have a login, send me an email. Or call us and we can help you with that. We do have some free OSHA and first aid training. We have some discount in different type of training. So take advantage of your benefits. And again, if you want to be part of the Utah Safety Council, it's super quick. It takes you 5 minutes. You can scan the QR code and it just take you directly to the website. And next, let's see if this works. Or doesn't. You got it? Okay. For the highlights of the month of November, we were able, well, actually, Mary, Martin, and JP were able to join the radio station, and they were having fun. They were talking about what the Utah Safety Council is, and a lot of people had questions and what we do, and so they were able to answer those questions. We have a Thanksgiving dinner. This is, I think, one of the only time that we have all the instructor in one picture. So, and we were able to go with Karen and John to the business, Women in Business in Layton. So those are the fun events that we had it on the month of November. And next, we're gonna have Mary here to present our speaker. Yay.
Hi everyone, Mary here. Welcome, Roberto Gomez. Roberto Antonio Gomez is a Senior Risk and Safety Manager for Oakland Construction. Roberto Antonio Gomez is a bilingual certified safety professional with over 17 years of experience in occupational safety and health management within commercial, industrial, and oil fields construction. As Senior Risk and Safety Manager at Oakland Construction, he leads initiatives in risk mitigation, regulatory compliance, and workforce training. Roberto holds multiple industry certifications, including CHST, SMS, CRIS, and OSHA authorized trainer credentials. He also serves as chair president of the Hispanic Safety Professionals of Utah and actively promotes safety, leadership, and well-being across the construction industry. Please help me welcome Roberto up to the stage. Roberto.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation, for the invite. I welcome everyone who is joining us to this Start with Safety webinar. We're going to be talking about some of my favorite through the year, the holiday season, but with a little twist on safety during the holiday season. Why? Because I believe that we get distracted really easy during the holiday season. And if we work in a hazardous environment, that increases the risk. Or when we add the winter conditions, that also increases a lot of the risk. So some of the goals that we have out of this training will be to first recognize that the holiday and the winter season brings additional risk. That's the first. If we don't recognize it, we're not even going to work on it. So the first step will be to recognize and be aware, and then understand what is that risk and hazards impact on our work sites, on our work areas. And what can we do? Also, another objective will be what can we do to prevent or work with to be proactive in the incident prevention. And at the end, what can we do to strengthen our leadership, our supervisors, our foremen, our managers, to let them know that their role is critical for their guys to be on task, on the right path, and with the right mindset. Okay, so what is the impact of having accidents during the holiday season? These are some information that I found on the web. Workers face stress, fatigue, and tight deadlines. Why? Because of weather, because of more frequent breaks, because of how cold it is, because they have to switch, sometimes change clothing. So this brings additional stress, and that will be affecting the deadlines. 40% spikes on the late Q4 on injuries, according to OSHA. Why? Icy conditions, snow conditions, cold weather, frostbite, many different things that will be increasing those incidents. 46% of companies report increased incidents during the holidays. It is, if we already see this increase, 46% is almost 50%. Why not doing something about it? Why not trying to be ready, prepare, and plan for it so we can minimize the risk, decrease the amount of incidents, and protect our people? That's the main objective of it. Now, what are the most common hazards that we have? Number one, slippery situations. Trips, slips, falls. It might be that your people is working inside, but when they're working from the outside to the inside, what are they carrying? Mud, snow, ice. Is that snow and that ice melting on your hallway? Is anyone at risk of falling, tripping, slipping? Or you work on the outside where it's frozen, and throughout the day it will unfrost and frost back. and it will be slippery all day long. What about traveling conditions? If your work requires travel, or if you need to travel from home to work, that is also something that we need to take under consideration. Are we helping our guys to remember that they need to wake up earlier? That expect the unexpected? Are you planning to clean your driveway and your vehicle before going to work? So when you are thinking about those conditions, if they didn't plan ahead and they try to clean everything and now they're running late and they are facing slippery conditions on the roads and other drivers, is that also a risk, a hazard? It is. So we have to teach our guys and keep fresh in their minds that winter conditions will bring additional hazards and we need to plan ahead of time. The mindset, the distraction, this is one of my favorites. When people is thinking already of the holidays, that delicious food like John was talking about, the time off that we're planning, the gatherings, the family that is coming, and we have our mind out there and not in the task at hand. What about poor preparation and awareness from management and supervision? That they're not fully aware of what is coming, what kind of storms we have, what will be the weather, and if we are prepared for our guys. That's something that we need to take under consideration. So a few questions that we can ask. Are we ready? Do we have any of these winter and holidays hazards in our work areas? Are we properly instructing our people? During the holiday season, sometimes we prepare temporary shelters, temporary lights, temporary heaters. Are we prepping those in such a way that is safe, not only for our workers, but also for pedestrians or for visitors? Do we have all the winter hazards identified? Do we need to walk through the area and use another set of eyes to identify those? And also another good one will be to plan toolbox talks that address current situation, winter, holiday, mindset, things that we can refresh on our teams and they can be ready. Now, one of the main things that the incidents that happen during the winter time, it's fires because of electrical. We start adding extra additional electrical cords for the temporary heaters, for the Christmas lights, for the dark mornings and dark nights, and we have additional lights, and that will bring electrical fires. 30% of winter site fire involves temporary wiring because we're not prepping correctly, because we're not planning ahead of time. OSHA recommends GFCI. That would be the best way to prevent an electrical fire. So that's something that we can include in our plan. Now, some of the challenges that we face is PPE, the personal protective equipment. People have tendency to think it's too bulky, it's fogging, it doesn't fit with my mask if they're working on the outside. What are we doing on the supervisory side? Are we acquiring the PPE that will better fit our guys? Or we just have the standards and you have to deal with it? Okay, so when we are thinking about this cold weather, try to customize your PPE for that cold weather. Okay? People have many different excuses. So we have to think about those when we are planning and deciding what PPE will fit better our people. And when choosing that PPE, that needs to be winter friendly. And if it's not, what are we doing to prevent the fogging, the bulkiness, the fitting properly, with the rest of the PPE. Okay? Some of the strategies that we can take to prevent and identify those hazards will be on a daily basis, check that people is using the PPE. Walk around, make sure that people is understanding why they have to wear it, how they have to wear it, and what situations they need to wear their PPE. Walk around the job site. On the morning huddle, remind them that they have to wear it, that there's no excuses. Yes, it's foggy, yes, it's bulky, but you have to put them on, okay? And if we already identified incidents in other work areas, share with the rest of the group. Let them know that it's a fact, it's happening. And it's gonna continue if we don't take care of it. So, because it happens on area B, we don't want it to happen on area A. So let's adopt some changes before we happen the same on here. Now, some of the hazards, some of the facts that we have. 421 construction fatalities in 2023 because of slips, falls, and trips. That's a lot. How are we contributing not to prevent these sleeping areas? Are we prepping? Are we calling the guys to come early? Are we cleaning? Are we lining? Are we temporarily heating? Okay. Another one, risk of frostbite and hypothermia and cold stress increase the downtime. Are you concerned about your production? What are you doing? What are we doing? Are we providing shelter, temporary heating, so they can take more frequent breaks and prevent the frostbite and the cold stress, so your production can increase or at least maintain? And the last one, protect elevated work surfaces from ice and snow. Do we use ladders, scaffolds? Do we have to work on decks? If we are exposed to snow, ice, dripping water, what are we doing to prevent that from falling or affecting below areas that will become slippery and people will fall and trip on it? It's preparation. Be prepared, planning. Okay. Some of the facts that I found: 31% of construction injuries are related to slips, trips, and falls. Sites with daily safety inspections are equal to 40% less or fewer incidents. Meaning that if we are proactive and clean and remove and make sure that this risk doesn't exist, we'll have 40% less incidents, which is great. That's the goal. That will be the objective. So how can we prepare for this type of weather? We need to be ahead of time. If we have access to the forecast, be ahead of time. Be ready. So you can talk to your people and let them know, hey, tomorrow we're having a storm. Come dressed properly. Be ready. We'll have coffee for all of you guys. We'll have donuts. Raise their spirit, but also prepare physically to be ready to work and continue with the production. De-ice scaffolds, ladders, and walkways. That's our responsibility. If it's a general walkway, we need to clean, we need to have it ready for them not to fall, slip, or trip. And set up heaters, arrest the sun for emergency shelter. Meaning that if it's freezing outside, they need to take a break. And we can contribute. That's showing that we care for them and we can be prepared for it. So to be proactive about this and to prevent these incidents that we already identified, we can conduct morning hazard analysis. We can always grab someone from the office and let's take it to the work area. What do you see? How can we mitigate this problem? What can we do tomorrow that our work area can be better than today? Then apply the stop work authority. remind everyone that everyone has the authority to stop any unsafe work. Even if it's a slippery area or if it's a scaffold that haven't been cleaned yet, let's remind them that they have the authority to stop this. And when you talk to increased risk assessment, it involves everyone on the team, from the general manager on site to supervisors and to workers. Everyone needs to be involved and committed to the safety of everyone. And at the end, review the corrective actions regularly. What we implement is the most effective, was it efficient? Did it really mitigate the problem? Can we twist it a little bit? Because without reviewing what we have correct, we're not going to have a continuous improvement. And that's what we're looking for. Okay. On the incident reporting, we have to remind them that they have to report all the incidents. No questions asked. If it happens, just report it, okay, immediately to your supervisor. Because the fastest that they report it, the quicker we can respond with medical attention. The earlier reporting help us identify what was the real root cause, and we can correct it right away. It built accountability on them and also in supervisors, and encourage engagement from everyone. Now, what is our role as a supervisor and manager to not only identify, recognize, prepare, plan, and mitigate? Well, we need to lead by example. If we expect our guys to clean as they go and not to have a messy area and to clean their eyes and snow before they start working, we also need to be part of it. And we need to monitor that we are in compliance on a daily basis for their safety and for our compliance too. And celebrate safety behaviors. If we see that Amy is doing great, let's recognize that behavior is noticeable. And the last one is to build a proactive safety culture. Let's explain the reason why implementing these changes it's benefiting the company or the team. Now, another few things that we can do as a leadership to discuss on this problem. How can I influence a safer behavior during the holidays? We need to plan ahead. As a supervisor, we need to have a plan. And we need to be at least 2 or 3 days ahead of everyone, to make sure that we have everything in place, all the equipment, all the materials, all the certifications, all the training, so they can be properly and ready to perform the work. We need to minimize distractions. Yes, sometimes it's fun to work, but we need to have fun, but at the same time be concentrated on work and be efficient on what we're doing. We need to set boundaries and let them know that this is the minimum requirement. Anything inside the box that's allowed, we can't cross the line. Okay? Manage the schedule. If we know how long the day will be, or if we're going to be shorthanded because time off, vacation, holidays, let's plan ahead of time. We don't want to be in a rush and in a hurry 2 days before a big commitment. We need to also plan and allow our guys to take regular breaks during the holidays, during the winter season. They need to warm up. They need to clean up. Sometimes they need to change clothing because they got wet. So just plan ahead of time. Include that into your schedules and get enough rest. It's important. They work hard out there, and when they go home, we have a list of things to do too. Prepping dinner, buying Christmas gifts, taking the kids to all those winter activities. And if we don't have enough rest, we're going to be distracted and tired of work. And we don't want that because that can lead to an accident. when we are planning to prioritize, let's create a to-do list. We already identified, we recognize, we know what is the hazard. Let's do the to-do list. Who's gonna take care of what? How are we gonna be addressing this? Or start early. Make sure that not only we distribute the assignments, but give enough time to do it on with enough time. So when the guys arrive, when all the team arrives, everything is set and ready for them to work. And plan the schedule on the holidays for the time off. We need the time off. They deserve the time off. They're going to be taking time off during the holidays. No questions asked. Plan for it. You're going to be shorthanded. Plan for it. And your plan needs to include the time to do things in a timely manner without risking and rushing your team. Okay? Another thing that all the things that we can do to minimize distractions on people, it's setting the boundaries. Let's let them know how we're going to be doing things and what days and what holidays we're going to be taking, who's going to be missing, what coverage we're going to be needing. Those boundaries needs to be explained with the team. Be prepared. Dress accordingly for the weather. If tomorrow we're going to be having a storm, dress it properly. But they need to know. You can help them explaining that the day before. And this is another one of my favorites. Keep your mind at work. Many of us, we are working, but already thinking about, I need to go to the mall, I need to do the shopping, I need to take the kids, I need to take the pictures, or we're preparing for the trip and I haven't get this ready, I need to take the vehicle to the shop. And we are thinking and we let our mind wandering all over the place and we're not paying attention where the fingers are, or if the work area is clean or slippery or icy, or we put in a risk on a team member because we are distracted. So mindset is one of the main things. Energy during the holiday season. Take breaks. It's a stressful. Winter brings enough stress. Holidays bring additional stress, and we still have commitments at work that give us additional stress. So take a break, plan, well prepare, prioritize your health. Rest, sleep well, and be ready to work. Okay? And take time off. We deserve it. We gain it. So we just have to plan for it and be ready for it. A few takeaways from this presentation. The holiday season brings additional distractions. That's a fact. And that will increase the risk. So let's keep that in mind. Let's recognize it, address it, and plan for it. PPE compliance, doesn't matter if it's winter, if it's close to Christmas or New Year's, PPE, if it's required, it needs to be on. And we can help them getting the right PPE for them. And leadership, we have a heavy weight on how well we build the safety culture of our organization and team. We are the leaders that we can set by example, and we can lead by example. And we can always help and improve our incident prevention by being attentive, involved, and committed. That is a fact. So my final call to action will be alert. There's many different hazards. Be alert and lead by example, but also protect your team. Your people is the most valuable that you have in your organization, your people. Every shift, every day, be prepared, be attentive. Questions? Yes. We have one.
Hello, Roberto. Do you recommend a resource just for someone who is brand new to leadership at a workplace? Is there somewhere or something that you can recommend to them to go and use where they can find something similar to this?
Yes. Do you happen to know the Utah Safety Council?
Lovely, okay.
The Utah Safety Council has many different resources that can help you. Not only training, but experienced people that can guide you, that can give you pamphlets, takeouts, or can direct you into the right people. That will be one of them.
Perfect.
I don't know. Perhaps you might know them.
Okay.
I do have a question,
Yeah.
but this is more like safety at home. So I have a 15 months old baby, and I'm afraid to set up my Christmas tree because I know that he's gonna grab that tree and run around, and what tips would you recommend to, like be careful with electricity and things like that, Safety
Home edition.
tips. Yeah, home edition, I guess, yeah.
Hard barricades are good. Prevent him from getting close to electrical sources will be the best. They can squish in between, but creating distance is the best item. If you're not going to be able to create a barricade, a distance in between, then make sure that your GFCI is working and do not overload your electrical sources. It is quite often that during Christmas we get so excited and we start plugging everything into one outlet, and during the night we can easily have a fire, or little ones can come and start playing with all the plugs.
And then you got one in the chat here from Dell. It's asking, you mentioned coffee and donuts. What other safety incentives / rewards have you used?
In the company that I work for, they have the tendency to, during the winter time, they give safety awards in jackets, hoodies that recognize safety as a priority, but it's also helpful and useful during the work area because they can use it at work. So coffee and donuts are always good, but a good jacket or good hoodie or even a beanie to cover the head, that will be good. A new set of gloves, winter gloves that you not only use at work, but also at home, also helps. Thank you, Dale. Yes.
How do you, it's for you. The question is to you, not the topic, right? So how do you, knowing all this, how do you handle or juggle the distractions personally during the holidays?
I'm not different than the rest of the people. I also get distracted. I'm also getting stressed. I also have my mindset planning. And I can tell you that the majority of the items that I talked about it today, I have been guilty of it because I have catch myself doing it or not doing it. And this is the list of things that I have set for myself to remind me that I need to be attentive, that I need to be prepared, that I need to prioritize, and that I need to better plan. So.
Thank you.
Did I respond to your question?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, any other questions or comments?
I have one.
Yes.
So what's the number one thing my neighbors need to consider when using like a propane heater in his garage to do his work?
My number one concern will be carbon monoxide, meaning that we shouldn't have higher concentrations of. We need to have good ventilation, and I will always encourage people not to use propane tanks inside of an enclosed garage or room, or always use it in a well-ventilated area. And remove all the combustibles. The triangle of fire requires oxygen,
Yeah.
heat or flame, and a combustible. We can't control oxygen, it's on the environment,
Yeah.
but we can control the heat or the flame and the combustibles. So put those aside, separate those. If you're gonna be using one of those heaters that produce a lot of heat, and you have an open flame, or you have one of those direct line temp heaters, remove all the cardboard, all the plastics, all the fabrics, anything that can catch on fire. And that's what you can do. That's how I can help my neighbors and remind them that you can be safe. Your kids will be safer if you control the heat, the flame, the fire, and the atmospheric hazards with the carbon monoxide. What about you? What do you say, John? How would you do it?
Well, I have one, but I use it exclusively outside, certainly not in my garage or in the enclosed space. Outside, a lot of trees, so I keep it away from combustibles and things that might burn the whole neighborhood down. So,
They will appreciate that.
yes. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that's all I have. That's what I prepared. Thank you so much for all the ones who participate online and those that are here. Thank you.
All your information,
Thank you.
of course.
Common percent.
Well, thank you, Roberto, for all that info. It was awesome to hear how you do put your, I want to say employees first. It's a lot of what I took from you here. But for the rest of us, just a reminder for our next Start with Safety on January 7th, 2026 at 10 a.m. We'll meet you here then. Have a great day.
waving it.